Hi, Patch.com. I'm Shelly Jaronsky, and today we are baking some Fleischmann's yeast beginner dinner rolls. So sometimes you can get nervous or think about baking with new ingredients, and you don't really want to get into it, especially with yeast and baking bread. You think of all day in the kitchen, you think of a ton of ingredients. What we want to do today is I'm going to show you it's really easy. You don't have to be nervous. You don't have to spend a whole day in the kitchen. We can get these done in just over an hour. They are delicious, and who doesn't love warm bread? So what we're going to do is you're going to take 6 ingredients, and probably these 6 ingredients you have in your pantry right now, which makes this even better. So we've got some flour, we have sugar, salt, butter, water, milk, and we are going to be using, like I said, the Fleischmann's rapid rise yeast. And this is the trick that makes these things go so quick and so easy. It takes the guesswork out of yeast baking, which I love this stuff. So what you do is you just mix these ingredients together. It's as easy as that. And then you're going to turn them out onto a lightly floured surface, and you're going to knead your dough. And so you're going to knead it for about 6 to 8 minutes. And the great thing about kneading the dough is you can press it with 2 fingers, and you'll know that it's done if your dough springs back. So if you press it lightly with your fingers and it stays indented, just keep kneading it a little bit longer, and as soon as it springs back, you know that you're ready. So when you have it kneaded, you're going to cover it again with a towel, and you are going to let it rest for about 10 minutes. So during that time, you can preheat your oven, you can go, run an errand or check on something else in your house that you have going on, but then you come back and you're going to divide the dough into 12 pieces, because this recipe makes 12 dinner rolls, and you just divide it equally and you form them into balls, and then you can place them in an 8-inch round baking pan. It could be square, whatever you guys have on hand. You just grease it and you put your dough into that pan, and now you're going to cover it again. And that you're going to leave for just 30 minutes. So it's not too long. And so what they're going to do is they're going to double in size at that point. So then you're going to know that they're ready to go in the oven after about 30 minutes, and they've doubled in size. They bake for 20 minutes. You bring them out. They're going to be golden brown. They're going to be delicious. You can brush them with some melted butter. Really, your whole house is going to smell like bread. And what is another great thing about this recipe is you can easily double it or even triple it if you're making it for the holidays. You could do the dough in the morning or over at nighttime, and in the morning you pop it in the fridge. You let them rise in the fridge overnight. So it'll be a slow rise, 24 hours or so in the fridge in a cooler temperature, or like we said before, in a warmer temperature, it only takes 30 minutes. So that's what's another great thing about this recipe, is it's so versatile. It works with your life, whatever you're doing at the time. I love this recipe. I love baking with it. And the kneading step of this recipe, though, is very important. You can do it with your hands. You could use the hook in your stand mixer. Most stand mixers nowadays come with a hook attachment, so you can just let the machine do all the work, but you definitely can't skip that step. Because if you don't let the dough develop, you're not going to get that airy, chewy, light texture that we all love in homemade bread. So once you have that down, you're going to be really on your way. One of my favorite traditions this time of year at the holidays is to make homemade cinnamon rolls with my son. And the recipe that we use for homemade cinnamon rolls is very, very similar to this recipe. So once you get this one in your back pocket, you're going to be on your way to baking bread all year long, which is kind of fantastic. So I'm really excited to have shared this with you. And if you want any more tips, tricks, recipes, just check out www.breadroll.com. And all your questions will be answered. Thanks so much.